There goes the train somewhere. Bike is absolutely filthy. Yuck. Not a bad view though. I'll take you through kind of what's happened. So we've been going quite well in training. Training's been going very well. I've been mixing riding with people with riding by myself. Mainly riding with people and then doing some kind of effort on that ride. It's been very kind of loosely structured, but I've been going very well off it. I've just finished today a first ever session. It was suggested to me by a viewer, and it's the 30-15 format, which this is the first time I've done it properly in a long interval format where I've done 3 blocks of 13 reps of those. So I think it's like 9.5 minutes or something a block. I'm not quite sure the math, but it felt good. And then in the last one, because I was going between like 425 450 watts down to pretty much 100 watts for the 30-15s, and then in the last one, the last 3 reps of the last one, I tried to do like 450 for the 30 seconds and then like 300 for the 15. And yeah, my heart rate obviously wouldn't come down. It wouldn't like do that thing that it was usually doing throughout the interval. So you could tell that if I was to do those in the future, which I probably will at some point, then I know what to expect and I know how I'm going to react to it. Aside from that, we have, if you're interested, we've set up a GoFundMe page, which yeah, I'm really happy that a lot of you have you know, chipped in a couple of quid here and there, and that's going towards mainly travel expenses for this year, because I'm going abroad quite a bit, and of course Taiwan, and you know, there's lots of things to think about, like not just the travel but the food and things like that as well. And it's like, it's a way for like you guys to get involved as well, and to just, you know, chip in basically the price of a cup of coffee is all I'm asking really. I'll link it all down below so you can see what it's all about. There's quite a nice story behind it, and if you're new to this channel as well, and you're new to like me and you don't know me, then that gives you some background as well. So yeah, it's not compulsory. I'm not telling you like you have to give, because later on this year in May I'm going to be doing a ride for motor neuron disease, so that's going to be something else. We're going to be setting up a bit of an awareness and charity, raising money for charity for that. So it won't be your only chance to kind of support something this year. We've got some big plans with band of climbers, hence why I'm wearing a new thermal long sleeve jersey. I'm literally just wearing like a short sleeve base layer under this, and I am sweating. Like, it's 5-6 degrees out. It's not like, it's not freezing cold, but it's pretty snug, I have to admit. It's quite fleecy, it's very warm, and it's bright, and it's something that I've lacked in my wardrobe for like the last, well, let's face it, 9 years. They're working on a British Championship stripy skin suit and possibly a jersey as well, so I'm looking forward to exhibiting that, and it almost feels right that like we're partnering, because they love climbing and they call band of climbers, and I love climbing, and this year is mainly about climbing, so it feels really good. It feels really good. I've got to be honest, there's not much has happened. Like that is basically it. Aside from last night, I spent about 3 or 4 hours looking through both the cycling time trial calendar and the British Cycling Road Race calendar, and trying to pick up some races I can do, fill in the gaps basically, because I want to do some of the British elite racing series with Saint Piran, because obviously I'm racing with Saint Piran, and I want to get good results for them, because it's important that we do that. and that means that I'm going to be picking and choosing the races that I want to go well at. So it's not just a case of me going to every one and expecting to do a good race. I'm going to actually, like I did with the Isle of Man last year, I'm going to pick a race that I really want to target, or pick 2 or 3, because I think there's only 8. So if I pick 3, then that's a good range there. And there's plenty of young riders on the team who want to, you know, get better and develop and things. So it'll be good for me to hopefully pass on something while I'm there. But that's why there's not really anything. I mean, the first elite race in the UK isn't until, for those of you that aren't in the UK or aren't familiar with the calendar, it isn't until like the 12th of April. So it's a long way off, like a really long way off. And it's important to like maintain perspective. I don't want to be, I mean, I want to be pinging for Mallorca, which is the end of March, so it kind of filters through into that first elite road race. But I think it's important with the training I'm doing now, like particularly these like micro intervals, like I'm getting very fit, very fast, and very short term. And that's exactly what I want, because again, perspective, you've got to think about the weather, and you've got to think about, you know, how long can I train outside for properly. And you know, it's not cold now, it's like 6 degrees, but when it starts raining, which won't be long, like the winter hasn't really hit yet, and when it starts raining and when it gets cold, I won't be able to train properly. Like, you know, I won't be able to go out and smash myself like today. I'll not smash myself, but you know what I mean. And it's going to hurt your chest a bit, so you got to think, like, do you then get ill, and then that puts you back another week? So I've got to be smart about it. So hence why I'm banking so much now, and doing these intervals that are really bringing me on really quickly, so that I have something to fall back on if, say, we get a week of ice and I've got to train indoors. So that's basically where we're at. And I want to do an FTP test soon, a 20-minute test. One of the riders that I coach around here, she's pretty new to cycling, but she's just got herself a power meter, and she needs to do a 20-minute test. Again, she did one, but it was really windy, so that affected it, but she wants to do another one. It'd be good to see her kind of, I guess, development. She wants to do all the big time trials this year, and improve on last year's time trials. And with the power, just by having a power meter, I think she's going to see a big difference there. And obviously training with power meter. And then we need to kind of have an accurate, I guess, picture of where I am in February. I'm going to put something on the screen as well, because I look back on basically like the whole of last year. My 1 minute power, which I did a new personal best the other day of 6:15. I say new personal best, it's not my best ever. Best ever was like 6:44. So not far off my best ever 1 minute. And then my 5 minute is like 425 at least now. It's probably a little bit more because I did that indoors. And then again, my 20 minute I need to test, because the last time we did it, which was indoors, it was 3:60 in the middle of a Zwift race. So I need to do it outside to get a really accurate reading. But it's all looking promising, guys. Like, it's looking promising. Alright, well, there's our little update. Again, sorry there hasn't been a video in a while, but you appreciate the fact that I'm working hard here on this side of the screen. So yeah, again, if you want to chip in a couple of quid, you know how thankful I would be. And you know what's on the cards this year, so you know you're getting behind. It's gonna be pretty cool. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.